A couple of other people on the show, so if you can make it, please come. The name of this piece is called Disbanded, and it's for the sisters. It's dedicated to the sisters on whom the shoe fits. I have grown weary of witnessing the image of me repeatedly dying in the sisters that I meet. I am disgusted that your hearts automatically anticipate some form of deceit, that often before I can even tell you who I be, you have already prejudged me, destroying a potential alliance before we can formally meet, oblivious to the fact that your minds work systematically by procedures instilled in our ancestry, convinced that of your trust I am not worthy when you don't even know me. Though we are similar in many ways, y'all would rather compete with our varying levels of materialism, style of dress, and grade of nappy, stupidly creating hostile enemies within a minority, essentially over nothing, which makes no sense since coming together should be our #1 priority. To destroy the distrusting and ignorant way of thinking most of you participate in cycling into our younger generations who give birth to babies plagued with the same way of thinking, raised devoid of spirituality, hating their own being, making it impossible for the God in them to connect with the God in me, which in turn prevents a mass uprising against the subliminal ways history has poisoned our mentality. And corporate America may as well be the big white house who within dwells our slave owner, because when we get on somebody's payroll, I've seen you turn on each other to prove who is most worthy, no, most willing to sell her sister out to gain favor of the enemy that poisoned our alliance and is the cause for our camaraderie droughts, thinking throwing your people to the wolves seemingly polishes your demeanor, when in fact you're simply carrying out the duties of a 1700s overseer, which makes you nothing more than a present day house nigga. Don't you know they laugh at Negroes who think they're in a class than other niggas? You become pros at trying to be better than each other by lying, flashing, and backbiting, yet you know nothing of ISIS, Metaniter, nor freedom fighting. It sickens me that some of you are walking, breathing manifestations of the Willie Lynch speech, and that you have no clue from whence you came, or worse yet, what you come to be. A shattered cistern turned just trusting zombies wandering aimlessly, who envy petty things like beauty, though we mirror each other perfectly, or status in class, even though society discredits our ass equally. But when given a bit of power, y'all start slipping and power tripping, and when tempted with self-gain, y'all break rakes and fall in, having become a people who really have turned the meek against the delusional mighty, the dark against those toned lightly, the young against those that came before thee, and a race of self-hatred and dependence psychologically upon the lies of the Westerners who told us each other we don't need, and to look into icy eyes and blonde hair for our mental feed. Your standards for judging character are pathetic at best. Hood bitches, y'all especially, are not exempt from this. If one of us is going places, you hate on our success, and if I don't smoke trees, I'm called lame and grotesque, and some of you don't respect me if on the first I don't get a check, or because I enunciate my words and speak like I have some sense, looking to where others have failed to justify failed attempts to break free of the chains which bind your mind and time and cause reason for despicable rhymes like mine. You've forgotten how to support and uplift your fellow woman, because the aspiration to love each other is foreign and uncommon. In contentment and oppression, you take ambivalent satisfaction, and laziness has taken precedent over revolutionary action. You throw shade like bullets, avoid my gaze or look right through it, or tell yourself, if she keeps saying we gon' have problems. But bitch, we been had problems because your common sense been robbed, and when I look at you, your attitude should rather be more candid, because I stare at you because I'm drawn to the attraction of your blackness. You not only believe what you see on BET, but become the bait that reeled you in initially, catching even younger minds than yours upon your poisonous hooks, deterring them from enlightened paths and shunning books, which is where they need to look in order to uncondition their afflicted mentalities, so as not to view each other as one of the enemy, but as one with whom they need to unite to reform an army of Nefertiti's, to reclaim the fame of our primitive status before this world turns to madness. sadness, leaving us disbanded. I have grown weary of witnessing the image of me repeatedly dying in the sisters that I meet. I am disgusted that your hearts automatically anticipate some form of deceit, that often before I can even tell you who I be, you have already prejudged me. I'm Miss Skribble, y'all. Thank you.